Kyoto doesn't rush you. It doesn't introduce itself loudly. It doesn't compete for your attention. It doesn't care if you're impressed. Kyoto waits. Walk through the city early in the morning, before the shops open, before the tourists arrive, and you feel it immediately. The streets are narrow. The buildings are low. Even the air feels restrained. This is a city that has seen everything already. Empires rose here. Fires erased entire districts. Wars came and went. Capitals moved on, and Kyoto stayed. Not because it refused to change, but because it learned what not to change. And somewhere in this city, there's a restaurant that has been quietly doing the same thing for over 560 years. To understand this story, you have to forget what a restaurant means today. In 1465, the idea of dining out for pleasure did not exist. Food businesses were not about experience. They were about function. This was the Muromachi Era. Japan was not unified. Power was fragmented. The future was uncertain. And during this time, a small confectionery shop arrived in Kyoto from Owari province, modern-day Nagoya. The family did not come to build a brand. They did not come to grow. They came to serve. This is the story of Honke Owariya. Sweets in Kyoto were never indulgent. They were ceremonial, seasonal, measured. Confections accompanied tea, conversation, ritual, and reflection. They were not meant to dominate a moment. They were meant to support it. Owariya survived because they understood this. They did not chase novelty. They refined familiarity. Generation after generation, the shop remained. Quietly, reliably, no signs, no promotion, just presence. But in 1702, something happened that would change Owariya forever. In 1702, an ancestor named Denzamon opened a soba restaurant, not instead of the confectionery, but alongside it. This wasn't a reinvention, it was an expansion of responsibility. Soba wasn't luxury food, it was everyday sustenance. Affordable, filling, honest. By serving soba, Owariya embedded itself even deeper into daily life. And from that point forward, every head of the family would inherit the professional name, not as ego, but as a reminder. You are a caretaker, not an owner. And then came the dish that would define Owariya for generations. Near the end of the Edo period, around the late 1800s, the 13th generation created soba mochi. It sounds simple: azuki beans, buckwheat flavored crust, black sesame seeds. But simplicity is deceptive. Soba mochi wasn't designed to impress outsiders. It was designed to comfort locals, and it worked. For over 150 years, Kyoto residents have eaten the same soba mochi. Some customers still say that soba mochi is Owariya-san. That's not marketing, that's belonging. Most modern food stories center around chefs. Owariya doesn't have chefs, it has generations. The 14th generation introduced soba ita, thin, crisp buckwheat crackers meant for tea. The 15th generation created soba warabi mochi, soft, dusted with roasted buckwheat flour. Later came soba boru, small cake-like confections. Each edition was modest, intentional, reversible. Nothing replaced what came before. Today, Honke Owariya is led by the 16th generation head of the family. Her name is Ariko Inaoka. She is the first woman to lead the business. She chose not to use the inherited name, Denzayamon. That choice matters. It signals evolution without rupture. Under her leadership, Owariya introduced Corinto, deep-fried buckwheat snacks flavored with cinnamon or sesame and salt. Not rebranding, not modernization, just one more layer. Eating at Honke Owariya does not feel historic. There's no performance, no explanation unless you ask, no pressure to be impressed. You sit, you order, you eat. The soba is balanced, clean, familiar. This is not food designed for photos. It is food designed to disappear quietly into your day. And that is exactly why it survived. Honke Owariya could only exist in Kyoto. Tokyo would ask it to scale. Osaka would ask it to entertain. Kyoto asks only one thing: continue. Locals do not question why it has not changed. They are relieved it has not. In a world obsessed with growth, Owariya offers another model. Do not grow. Do not optimize. Do not chase attention. Just remain useful. That is how you survive 560 years. Honke Owariya has quietly entered a different world. The world of online reviews, travel blogs, and social media discovery. It appears on lists of Japan's oldest restaurants, earns consistently high marks from diners, and is often described as timeless and unchanged. And yet, unlike modern viral restaurants, Owariya has not altered itself to meet that attention. There are no influencer accommodations, no redesigned interiors, no dishes created for photographs. The restaurant exists online, but it does not perform for it. What is striking is how modest the reaction remains even as awareness grows. Visitors who arrive after reading about Owariya often expect a revelation, something dramatic or transformative. What they find instead is something quieter, a meal that feels deeply ordinary in the best way. The reviews reflect this. People do not talk about being amazed, they talk about feeling calm, grounded, and unexpectedly connected to Kyoto itself. In a digital age that rewards extremes, Owariya's presence stands out precisely because it refuses to exaggerate. This is what Ura Japan is about. Not secrets, not lists, not shortcuts. Honke Owariya is not trying to be remembered. It is trying to continue. And in Kyoto, that might be the highest ambition of all. Some places are not hidden. They are simply still doing their job. If you are interested in understanding more places like this, named and unnamed, and how these quieter systems work across Japan, we created Ura Japan, the Quiet Guide, Advanced Edition, as a companion to these stories. It explores rare restaurants, invite-only experiences, and the cultural logic behind them across Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. Find it at the link in the description if you want to go deeper.